Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching me today. My name is Peter Arts. Welcome back to Invest with Peter. So today I'm going to be talking about, four different things that I believe, is very important for you to know from this hand. And I'm going to be talking about, the crypto bust that we're having at the moment, the reason why you see Bitcoin flying. And I'm going to be talking about UK inflation. For those who are living in UK, you understand that the situation here is quite different from any other place in Europe and around the world. We have probably one of the worst inflation that you can think about in the whole, Western, in the whole G7, not Western Europe, in the whole G7, right? Our inflation is very sticky. It's affecting everyone, and I'm going to be talking about that today. Sorry, I'm actually having an issue with my mic, but all right. So apart from that, I'm still going to be talking about the tech rally. People who've made money from Nvidia, Microsoft, Tesla, C3 AI, Palantir, and all this. I'm going to be talking about that. I'm going to be talking about, Jerome Powell testimony that happened on Wednesday. Most of the details, if you didn't watch it, I'm going to be telling you exactly what actually happened there. So now, before I go further, if you just see me for the first time, my name is Peter Ads. Please subscribe to the channel, like, and put your comment down below. Thank you for supporting the channel, and I really appreciate that. So straight away, let's go straight into it. So the BTC, all right, actually started going up. It went down last week to 24,000 plus, right? And for those who are actively investing, you understand what I'm talking about. So it went to 24,000. I was looking at probably getting some, but I was a bit, skeptical. I was like, maybe it's going to go down to 23, 24, 23, 22 so that I can start buying some more. But I actually held my gun. I was like, all right, let me wait. But even though I've got multiple position in BTC. I bought BTC since it went down to 15,000, 16,000. So I got some at that price point, lucky me. So, and I was being skeptical. I was like, okay, so most of the crypto investors were talking about like, yeah, I think maybe this is going to be the last dump before we go up there. Well, everybody's always hopeful when you're investing in cryptocurrency. All right. So if you get my point. So I was like, okay, skeptical. I was like, okay, I'm going to hold my guns. But instead of me buying BTC, I was buying Polygonmatic, right? So don't blame me. It's just my choice. I'm an investor. Please, whatever I say today is not for you to buy, sell, or hold any position. Do you? Let me do me. I'm doing what I want. I'm doing what I prefer. And I'm doing what I think will better my own situation. So that's what I'm saying now. Please, whatever I say in this show, please take it like, an entertainment. I'm sorry if you can hear any background noise, people outside there, they're working. Some engineers are working. I don't know why they actually choose this particular time that I'm recording video to start doing their stuff. So let me just go straight into it. So BTC started going up 2 days ago. And because of this news that BlackRock, for everybody that knows BlackRock, this company has over, what am I talking about? 1 trillion, 10 trillion. This company worth 10 trillion US dollars. That is like multiple of US economy in multiple times. So this is the largest company in the world, and we all understand that this company, whatever they've got influence all around the world. They've got influence, name it, they've got their investment all around the world. They invest in numerous stuff, and now they're talking about getting approval for BTC ETF. That news alone actually made BTC, right, Bitcoin, skyrocketed from 26, started creeping up to 27. People are thinking about like, why is it going up like that? Well, this is a big news for cryptocurrency and cryptocurrency investors. So if BlackRock eventually get that approved, they've tendered their paperwork to have BTC on that ETF, from the government. But SEC is our problem now. This is not the first time an organization is putting a paper forward to have BTC on that ETF. It's been done by a couple of companies in the past. It was cancelled, it was turned down by SEC. But at this point, because we all know BlackRock has influence in world of politics around the world, so I don't know if they will be capable enough to say no to BlackRock. So, and now I think it's becoming the news is circulating now, and we're probably gonna get a positive news coming down the line very, very soon. So hopefully this is approved. BlackRock get the ETF approval from SEC, and we move forward from there. So that means you are probably getting the cheapest, price for BTC from here henceforward. This will attract the institutional investors. They'll start coming in. Big money will start coming in. They'll start chipping in, buying the BTC from your portfolio. The moment you sell, they are buying it straight away. So we all know that anytime somebody sells, somebody's buying it. So they will take your BTC from you. You are hearing it from me for the first time. They will be taking your BTC from you if you start selling your BTC. So this might be the cheapest you're going to get BTC once this approved. Once it's approved, you see big money. And guess what? BTC is going to fly. And also remember, we are having Bitcoin halving next year, 2024. This is where you have limited number of BTC in circulation. That also is a good news for Bitcoin and crypto investor. So all positive news going in for BTC, and that's why the BTC is actually rising at the moment, and I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon. And guess what? Once it's approved, we're looking at 44,000, 50,000, and going back to 60,000. So I'm not saying we're going to get there. I'm just projecting that once that comes in and BTC and BlackRock get the approval from SEC, then big money comes in, Bitcoin price is going to rise up straight away. So I don't want to dwell much on that. So let's go to UK inflation. Well, UK inflation number CPI came out on Wednesday, and it remains at 8.7%. It was not even budging, not even 8.6, not even 8.5, not even 8.4. So that means the inflation is sticky and it's probably running away from the government and Bank of England. So, but Andrew Bailey is going to be, as I'm recording this on Thursday, so by the time you're watching this, he must have, said by any the basis point is going to be increasing the rate, but most consensus are talking about 50 basis point. 50 basis point is actually destroying mortgage holders because the interest rate keep creeping up. People who are paying £400, 500, 600 pounds for their mortgage, as time goes by, this interest rate will start creeping into their payment, monthly payment. And maybe you sign up for £500 every month for your mortgage. Before you know it, you're paying 700, 750 and all that. And those who are locked into fixed rates, people are because we have variable rate and fixed rate. So people who are locked into fixed rate are coming off. Most of them are coming off that fixed rate this year. So by the time they come out of their fixed rate into variable rate, they will be paying probably multiple times of what they are paying at the moment. That is very scary for mortgage holders and for home buyers. So that's a bit skeptical. But at the moment now, people are talking about the government is not looking after the people. People are scared that will they be able to hold on to their houses and their business, their investment. But well, I don't think government is interested in that. Rishi Sunak is still saying that he promised to bring inflation down at all costs. So by bringing inflation down, that means they're gonna keep on raising interest rate. The higher the interest rate, the higher you're gonna be paying on your debt. So anybody borrowing money now, you're gonna be paying multiple of what you sign up for. That's it. Exactly. That's what it's for. So that's exactly what is actually going to be happening going forward. So let me jump into the tech rally. Yeah. See, people always we know that once you start mentioning AI, in your call, your position, your stock price is going to go up. Nvidia pop up, and even though I was talking about Nvidia, that I sold Nvidia. Guess what? I sold Nvidia at the wrong time. But notwithstanding, I took profit. I didn't sell at loss. I actually, go over 50% of my investment from Nvidia, but actually sold at the wrong time, because if I had actually waited a little bit more, maybe a couple of days, I'll probably have taken over 150% from my investment. But well, it is what it is. Profit is always a profit. It's better than selling at loss. So Nvidia is coming up. Nvidia is still holding the price at $426 for $27 for one. And I told you when I bought Nvidia at $128, $126, and this company has gone to $427 for $433. It's just moving around 43, but I think it has actually settled at $426 for the stock. So well, if you're holding Nvidia, I would say if you want to take a bit of profits off the table, you don't know what's going to happen. So the tech rally, since the beginning of this year, the G7, I'll call them the G7, the Gang 7, right? So I would say Meta, Microsoft, Nvidia, AMD, Google, Amazon. So these are the tech company that's actually hold S&P and Nasdaq this year like that. They are the one, and these companies are in trillions. So like Apple is over $2 trillion worth. So there's no brainer. These are the big company that's actually holding on to the market at this level that is putting, because some companies are actually in dust at the moment, but these are the G7 that I call them that are actually holding the market. So if you are hoping these positions, I'll probably say take some profit off the table, because you don't want your profit to get wiped out in case we have anything happen all of a sudden. So I always take profit at the right time. I'm a long-term investor, but I'd rather take profit than sell a company at loss. So, well, it is what it is. Your money, your choice. So you can actually do you, I'll do mine. So now let's move on to the J. Powell testimony. Yeah, J. Powell was at the semi-annual financial meeting on Wednesday with the House members, and we're bombarding this man with multiple questions about the economic outlook, inflation, the sticky inflation and all that. And he was still insisting that they are still standing on bringing the inflation of United States to 2%. Even when UK is still struggling with 8.7%, United still believe that they will get that inflation down to 2%. And it was being grilled about the July why he paused. It was like, well, pausing in June is actually necessary just to look at how things will plan out, because the CPI has been coming down from a couple of months now. US CPI has been coming down, and that means the interest rate that they are actually putting out there is actually doing the job and making the CPI to come down. So they just want to skip. That's what you call it. Want to skip in June and see what's going to happen. But most people, over 75% of investor and analysts believe July we're going to have 25 basis point, at least 25 basis point, and market has already priced that in. So that is what he's talking about yesterday. It was like he believes that they are still data driven. They believe the outlook of the market is still looking good at this point. Nothing is probably changing the direction of the market, of the economy rather. He will never mention market. He talk about economy. So he said the economy is doing fine, and he believes that by the time we get to the end of the year, it must have sorted itself out. The inflation must have sorted itself out. If they don't have the 2%, then they are probably going to be getting close to that level. But he never mentioned about cutting rate, because I know that's what most investors want to hear. He never mentioned about cutting rate. I know market want to hear cutting rate, but we all believe that by 2024 at most, Fed is going to start cutting rate, and once they start cutting rate, that means the inflation, the interest rate that is up there now, is definitely going to start chopping off and start coming down. So that's that. Now, another little news I want to add to this is, the market is just, I was reading the news, I just want to share it. So this for the short sellers, right? So the short sellers in the US, for US stock market has reached $1 trillion. And at the moment, they are at $1 billion loss, paper loss. Paper loss is when you are minus 70%, but you have not sell out of that position. But you are minus 70%, you are minus 6. So that's paper loss. You are in red, but you're not selling. That's the paper loss. Until you click that button, you sell. That means that's when you register your loss. But if you still leave it on the table, you don't touch it, you believe it's going to turn around and all that. So paper loss for the short sellers are on around $100+ billion. But at the moment, the money in the market for short sellers now is $1 trillion. Do you still want to keep shorting the market? Well, to me, I'm always a buyer. I have never, maybe twice in my investing career, I've bet against the US government, but I learned my lesson the hard way, and I've stopped betting against US economy. So I buy at the right time. If I know I buy into a position and it turns against me, I'll leave it there until it turns green. I will never sell my position at loss or in a red. So when it's red, I'll leave it. It's a paper loss. I don't care. I'll leave it until I break even before I sell my position. I'm not a short seller, but if you are one, well, do you still want to continue shorting the US government, US market rather? Because at the moment now, I don't see any catalyst coming. People are saying, oh, there's going to be a recession, this, recession, that. Well, by the time you Fed start cutting rates or start slowing down, we don't see any recession outlook. If you keep watching Bloomberg, they talk about, okay, now people are wrong, investors are wrong, analysts are wrong about talking about recession. They will be forced on the economy. It's not happening. What's going on? Well, what's going on is the tech companies with the AI boom that we have now is actually boosting the market. And, we don't know when it's going to stop. We know it's a carnival, but at some point it's going to stop. But before it stops, I'll take my profit. Thank you very much for today, for watching me, for listening to me. I will see you on the next one. And that's it for today. Thank you. Bye. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.